Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ihoma. So today we're going to be talking about women. We're going to be talking about women and how they started this bias that they're trying to break. Break the bias. But is it possible that we started this bias in the first place? Are we the ones that encourage patriarchy? Did we build these systems that we already have in place? Did we women, did we do this to ourselves? So how did all of this start? I was talking with my husband around this International Women's Day, and there was this discussion, some snapshots from Twitter where people were talking about how women were the ones who put each other down at the workplace, and how the female bosses were like worse off when it comes to discrimination, women being discriminated at the workplace. I'm going to put some of those conversations on the screen for you to see. Yeah, so it triggered something I've been nursing. I said to my husband that's some sort of revelation. That's how I felt like. I was trying to still find words, you know, to put my thoughts together. But bottom line, using this movie called Stepford Wives as a case study, I believe from watching that movie, science fiction, the science fiction has a way of being some sort of revelation or prophecy as far as I'm concerned. So the movie made it very clear to me. I don't know if anyone saw what I saw, but okay, for those of you who haven't watched the movie, this might just be a spoiler, so spoiler alert. So the story is about a community called Stepford, where a lot of families live, and the women seem perfect, you know, just for us to find out that they are robots. So most of these women had something in common. They were high power women in the society, had important jobs, then somehow their husband wicks them down to Stepford for a better life, and they were chained to robots. Their husbands were literally handed remote controls with which to control them.
Roger, put it down.
What? Oh, come on,
Roger.
Why does it say Sarah?
Roger, you should put it down now. Yes, let's get out of here.
Oh, stop. Would you just relax, Judge?
We're trespassing. We have to get out. Put it down.
So they were just tucked away in this corner of town that nobody could notice, and that's how they were running Stepford, you know. And then at the end of the day, we find out that the only woman there who is not even a robot is the wife of the leader of the community, who himself is a robot. So he's the only man who is a robot. Okay, I don't know if I'm making sense, but you need to watch the movie for it to make more sense to you.
You're a disgrace to everything this town stands for. To the future. That's right, that's the future. You're gonna have to pay for that.
Don't you touch her! He's a Stepford husband.
And then when the woman was asked, at the end of the day, when it was revealed that she's the one that created this monster, she's the one that created this robot, her husband, and this whole thing was her idea. What was this all about? Why did you do this? And are you a robot? She said she's a real woman. Why are you making only the women robots? She said she was coming to the men later.
What are you? Are you a person or a machine?
I'm a lady. A real lady? Every inch. Does anyone have a screwdriver? She's nuts. But you were married to a robot. The perfect man.
And all I wanted was to make you, all of you, into perfect women.
We don't need to be perfect. How could you do this to us?
Late one night, I came home to find Mike with Patricia, my brilliant, blonde, 21-year-old research assistant. It was all so ugly. Then early the next morning, as I gazed across the breakfast table at their lifeless bodies, I thought, what have I done? But more importantly, what could I do to make the world more beautiful? I had the skills, but I needed help to realize my larger vision. And so I made Mike. Because he was someone other men would listen to.
But why didn't you change the men, too?
That's next.
You're insane.
So for those of you men who encourage women, who teach you how to remote control the women in your lives, just know that they are teaching you all those ones so that they can finally remote control you. That's actually the whole purpose. Ultimate control. Yes. That is the whole idea behind women wanting to hand over this what I'll call male privilege to men. Most of them have seen it as a tool for manipulation. In my opinion, I don't know what your opinion is, but please be dropping it in the comment section. I have noticed over time that women who are very quick to ginger men to show that they are men, they're just trying to manipulate them. Look at the case of John the Baptist, for instance, especially when they're manipulating them for evil. Most of the time, the people who are enjoying this male privilege are the women who are pushing the male privilege, like serving it up for the men to eat. There's a line in the movie where the leader of the community was telling his fellow men, they didn't even know he was a robot, that people are at their best when they have a remote control and a mute button. But now, after we find out that he's even a robot, we find out that he's echoing the woman's thoughts. The woman created all of this that we're seeing.
All of this, Mike, the wives, Stepford, this was all your idea?
Yes. All I wanted was a better world. A world where men were men and women were cherished and lovely.
I don't know if you've ever heard this, that women are the watchdog of patriarchy. And the more I think about it, the more I wonder, could this be true? I think it's true. What do you think? Most of these women who are pushing this patriarchy thing, most of them, their higher skill is manipulating men. That's why they don't want to hear that women are being empowered. They don't want to hear that women are being liberated. They like it the way it is because it's serving their purpose. They keep pushing this agenda of patriarchy because it's serving them. They are the ones remote controlling the men. Behind the scenes, they act like they're not the ones. Everything is their idea. They're just fronting the men. Even when they acquire other skills, it's just to further enhance the manipulation. That's the main reason why they even learn anything, just to be able to manipulate the men the more. They are benefiting from patriarchy. They have weaponized their femininity, weaponized patriarchy to suit them. They are using the men to achieve their desires. I'll say it again. I think these women are the ones who have handed men this male privilege thing we're talking about. They taunt the men, are you not a man? Are you not a man? And the man, trying to prove himself a man, takes off doing things that are hurting other people. I have actually heard a woman, I've been privileged to hear a side chick telling the man to tell his wife that you're going to hang out with the guys. That's what other men do. And she should sit at home. Don't let her follow you. That's what her fellow women do. She should sit at home. Coaching the man on how to cheat effectively. Fronting, that's what other men do. As if his masculinity is in question if he doesn't put his foot down. Meanwhile, you're just fronting that masculinity because it's suiting your purpose at that time. So let's digress a little. Do we call it digress? I think all of this is all intertwined. The case of side chicks and second wives. Because it's a real case of women hating other women. You will never see a man, okay, most men, let's put it that way, are not comfortable being side bubbles or second husbands. It's not a common thing. But we women have been groomed to think that men are some sort of commodity we all have to hustle for. So because of that, most of the women who have lost their sense of self-worth, who have issues with personality disorders, they don't mind becoming collectibles for men. They think, let's hustle. To them, it's ultimate search. They don't care whose ox is God. They don't care the woman they hurt. They don't even care if they're hurting themselves in the process. Let's just hustle for the goods. I believe it's this mentality that has helped to bend their character such. They say that condition make catfish bend. This mentality has conditioned them and bent them such that they're able to submit themselves to be side chicks or second wives. So you see how we women have found the embers of gender inequality over time to suit our purpose. It even starts from home. We start molding the man or the boy child to feel that he's more privileged than his sisters. Then the male child gets bigger meat and all those things. We are the ones enabling it, and then he's spared from domestic chores. So the girls grow up being groomed for a man. Everything you are taught is to make you marriageable, for a good man to find you and marry you. So no matter the achievements a woman has, if the person is not married, it's like nothing, you've achieved nothing. Marriage is seen as the highest achievement for a woman. As you grow, you're shamed by other women if you're not married yet. A lot of women raise their boys to believe that they're superior to women. Yes, even the mother-in-laws would let their sons know that you should not let your wife lord it over you. You are the man. We are the ones doing this thing. A little boy is already being prepped on how to lord it over his future wife. Then let's look at the role the women play in the village, the Uma does, when a woman loses her husband. You never see men congregate to subdue another man after he loses his wife. I don't think I've seen any culture that has stuff like that, but we women happily do it to another woman. Whenever you see a man acting strangely and wickedly, most times it might be a woman prodding him. A girl or a lady is married into a family, the next in the family is divided, the women bring in competition, the wives are speaking stuff into their ears that are making the boys to start feeling like there's a competition in the house. A competitive woman don't enter the family is becoming divided. Even in some cases where you see men hustling for their late brother's property, most times a woman is behind it. Not all the time, but most times you can trace it to a woman, either their sister or their wives. They are not thinking about the other woman involved. They're not thinking about the fact that that widow is a woman like them. Even look at the way women are very wicked to their house helps. Even the man is wild at your wickedness. He didn't know that you had such wickedness in you. When you see your house help like this, you just will think that the best way to assert your authority is to be harsh, is to shout, is to, I don't know. We keep doing this to each other. You hardly see the men do that to each other. And I believe that it's in our hands to change the narrative. This same competition and seeing men as scarce commodity is one of the things that has encouraged special package. Yes. If you've not heard of special package, is what these people that pay like $500,000 so that the man can be tied down for them, so that the man can just do whatever they ask the man to do. Most of these ladies are not even ready to acquire any skill other than manipulating a man. That's their highest skill. Everything they have achieved in life, every place they have gotten to, they got there by manipulation. And all of this is to show off to other women. It's just for show off, not for the men or for other women. The designer bags, the long bone straights, everything they're doing is to show off to other women, because most times men don't even know the difference. Men don't really send all these things. Now we are the ones competing against ourselves, and I think it's in our hands. It's in our hands to change this narrative. It's in our hands to begin to groom the next generation differently, because what the world knows now is the women that taught them. Yes, we are the ones who nurture the next generation. We are the ones who teach the children. Let's teach them differently. Let's teach our boys differently. Let's teach our girls differently. Let's teach them that they have worth, self-worth. Let's teach them that their life is not just about being married to a man. Let's teach the men to respect women, not to see them as toys and collectibles. Really, like I always say, if the women don't make themselves available, for instance, the prostitutes, if they don't stand on the road, there'll be nobody to pay for prostitution. It's just that women have decided to weaponize these things, using the men to their advantage. But if they are taught differently, if they begin to see the world differently, things are going to be different. So women, let's stop silencing each other. Let's stop bringing each other down. Yes, and then let's teach the children coming after us differently. If we teach them differently, we'll have a better world tomorrow. Yes, most of it is even getting better than our mothers had it, and it's because awareness is coming. Let's keep pushing this awareness. Let's keep pushing it. I don't want to talk too much about this, but I want to hear from every one of you. What do you think? Even if you disagree, please, I would like to hear your disagreement on this issue. Let me hear what you have to say. Put it in the comment section, and then share this video with those who you think have an opinion about this. Don't forget to like, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye.